Pursuant to the Constitution and laws of the United States, the Senate and House of Representatives are meeting in joint session to verify the certificates and count the votes of the electors of the several states for President and Vice President of the United States.
In 1950, the decision was made to give the Electoral College responsibility to the National Archives and Records Administration to be administered by the Office of the Federal Register.
These are the certificates of ascertainment and vote from the 2008 election. When Americans vote at the general election, we're actually voting for a slate of electors. We're not voting for the candidates. Generally, they're people who are very active in their political parties within their states, but usually on the state's ballot, those slates of electors are represented by the candidates. Each state gets one elector per member of Congress. For example, Colorado has 2 senators and 7 members of the House, so it's 9 total electoral votes. It's a winner-take-all system.
The electoral vote of the state of Colorado.
In each state, all the electors vote for the candidate who won the popular vote in that state.
Barack Obama of the state of Illinois received 9 votes for president.
The electors will meet this year, December 17th. After the electors meet and they vote, they'll send a package to us. That package will contain a certificate of ascertainment and the state certificate of vote. The certificate of ascertainment just lists the number of votes each electoral slate got and tells you who won. The certificate of vote tells us how each elector voted. We review them to make sure that they have a seal, that they're signed, just to double check that the names of the electors are on the form, the number of votes that slate of electors received. There are no federal requirements on what certificates look like. Ohio is just big, so that's always a favorite.
The certificate of electoral vote in the state of Ohio seems to be regular, informed, and authentic.
The Constitution says that people who are in Congress can't be electors. Sometimes we notice that they've listed somebody who's a member of the House or a member of the Senate, and then we contact the state and tell them that that person cannot be an elector. Then we'll sit down with congressional staff and we'll go through and make sure that they have documentation from every state.
House will be in order.
The certificates are brought down the aisle in ceremonial boxes and presented to the tellers who are going to open the boxes and count the vote.
For someone to be elected President of the United States, they need to receive 270 electoral votes, which is half of the total plus 1. After the 2000 election, Vice President Al Gore had to make the announcement to a joint session of Congress that he had lost the Electoral College.
George W. Bush of the state of Texas has received for President of the United States 271 votes. Al Gore of the state of Tennessee has received 266 votes.
The Office of the Federal Register maintains the certificates of ascertainment and the certificates of vote for 1 year after the election. We make them available to the public for review and inspection. After 1 year's time, they are transferred to the National Archives as permanent records.